Hey, it's BourbonBlog.com Cigar Saturday with me. I'm Tom Fischer and Matty Rock, and we're very excited to have with us tonight Indigo Phoenyx. How's everybody
Yes.
doing?
Salute.
Hey.
Hey,
So
what's
good to see
happening?
you, love.
Doing?
Good to
Where,
see
where,
you, love.
yeah, where are you joining us from, Indigo?
I'm in Atlanta.
That's right. You're Atlanta based. You're kind of.
Yeah.
I'm right on the border of Kentucky. We're both kind of
Okay.
here in the South.
Yeah, I'm from Brooklyn, but I live here now.
I love it. How long have you been in Atlanta?
I've been in Atlanta over 20 years, so this is home now.
Oh, come on,
Very
girlfriend.
nice.
New York is always home, baby.
Yeah. You know New York. I gotta come back. I told you I'm on the way back to make a promo run, visit, eat, meet with some investors, and do what I do.
Hang with Matty Rock.
Then you hear me say eat. The eat part was implying you.
One and done, girl.
Matt
One
is
and
an
done.
avid foodie.
He shows you the food tour when you're there, right?
Right. And coffee. Yes, I
So
got my package. I'm so excited.
all right.
Woo!
Are you gonna try some now, or maybe later, or what? Are we
Later. I just
doing it
got
later?
it. You hear my voice is already going out the window. I've been waiting for this package for a while now. I'm so excited because I really don't smoke. And the crazy thing is, I absolutely love these. Like this it's a guilty pleasure.
Look what we're smoking. The same.
Those
the
tobaccos
same?
are so good.
Yes.
Because I had to mix it with a little iced coffee action. Because as we all know, I don't do adult beverages.
Right, I'm making espresso right now. You already know coffee.
I gotta leave it.
Yeah. I like some of the espresso. I tell you, Matty, I have to tell you, you're not at Sandra's tonight. Oh, I like the tobaccos a lot. But Matty, look what I'm smoking from Sandra's.
Okay.
Sanj, you listening? Because I don't want to say the name of it, Sanj.
We can't say what this is, but this is actually a name that Sanj has for it. Maybe we should type it down below. Maybe that's better than saying it.
You could type it down below. So
I'll
Phoenix,
type.
When you come
wait
up
a minute. Sanj has already. Look at this. Sanj has already chimed in. If you can read this, that's what that is.
Okay.
By Sanj Patel himself.
I have to try that.
Okay, Sanj says that I can say it. Should I say it?
You can go for it.
All right, Sanj. It's called, and again, Sanj told me I could say it. It's Dothead.
Hashtag.
Okay.
What it's called.
Hashtag not racist because it's Sanj.
It's Sanj. This is such a great cigar, Sanj. I love what he's done. You can find them exclusively at Sanj's. All right, so Indigo, I understand you've been doing a lot of festivals in the Atlanta area. Where all are you? And I've been listening to your music too. You're very, very talented.
Thank you.
I've been listening.
Well, right now with the COVID kind of killed everything. I normally do the A3C festival every year in October. But this year I'm looking to do an art show called Boom Bap and Abstract. And it's going to be something like the Jack Daniels Festival.
Wow.
Just, art, drinks, hip hop. So something along the underground level more so than, the elevated level of that type of a thing. But I normally do hip hop concerts and things like that. In the vein of that, those precedents here. But I keep the New York sound down here.
She's a lyricist. You do hip hop. You do it all. You're very talented. You've been doing this for how long? You've been how long?
Man, well, actually, I was rapping back in 2007. I was doing the loud.com competitions, and the RZA selected me as top 5 in one of the competitions he had going. So then I started going from there. Then Professor Griff from Public Enemy hit me up, and he was like, "You dope, keep going." So I kind of kept it going from there. Then I took a hiatus, and then I just came back again in 2019. Now I'm working on a project with Daddy O from Stetsasonic.
Oh
Um,
gosh.
super, right, super producer Domingo. I'm getting ready to drop a joint with him. So I got a couple of things in the making right now, and I'm just really excited about putting out the music now and actually being noticed by people who I used to idolize when I was a
Yeah.
young girl. To be working with them is like amazing right now.
That's so that must feel so amazing. I still do. Actually, I was listening to a little Public Enemy earlier this week. It's on my favorites, and that's incredible. What a cool thing that all these people. What does that feel like? All these people come and tell you what a great job you're doing.
Did you catch that,
It's
Phoenix?
crazy. I feel like, yeah, I was saying it's something that I would never had imagined happening. I looked at it at first as a hobby, but to see people tap in and tell me to keep going and want to work with me motivated me. I talked to people like Diamond D, who just dropped the album with Talib Kweli and people like that, and they really keep me motivated behind the scenes as far as what I'm doing, my attitude towards the music and the craft, and towards people who may act funny when you're putting out the music. So I'm learning a lot. I've even had one of my rap idols hit me up, and like she's one of my only inspiration, motivated. Passionate about it. I don't do it for the accolade.
Right on,
Right.
Matty. Are you able to?
But
There we go.
Yep, it's all about the love. And like I said, I know Phoenix for a long time, and everything you
Yeah.
do, girl, she puts in 100%. She's also being modest. She goes out and promotes, work with films, works with organizations out of New York City,
right.
works on funding projects. So you're just being modest, girl. So
yeah. I'm still working on these multi-million-dollar film projects. So
Wow.
any investors out there, I've had the projects with Johnny Depp, P. Diddy aligned to it. And it's just been hard finding the funding in the film industry. But I do have like multi-million-dollar projects I try to broker. I have one of my short films. One of my first films is actually on Amazon Prime. It's one of the first short films I ever wrote called Toxic Behavior. So make sure you check it out.
Behavior. So we just have to look for it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Now, what were you saying about Johnny Depp? You're doing something with Johnny Depp?
Yeah, I have projects with them aligned to the projects, and Matt already knows.
Wow.
Like I've had those projects and been working on getting funding for all those big projects for so long. It's crazy. The film industry is one that I love passionately, but the money situation, if you can match 15 million, yeah. But then you think that 15 million is nothing to sneeze at. So those aren't easy deals to broker. But oh my God, the commissions would be beautiful.
That's where I know Phoenix from, Tom. So we go back about 15 years, and it was funny because back in the day when you had the dot-coms and the booms in the 90s, everybody was throwing their cash into movies because they had it.
Right.
Now it turned that weird 180, I would say about 12, 13 years ago, where everyone's favorite word against a movie is to collateralize. And the joke is, what are you going to collateralize? You're taking an actor home? I'm not quite sure what you're doing. Like, we'll take this actor and this actor's home for our collateral. Right. So that's coming with us. And we want, back in the 90s and early 2000, producer credits were what people wanted because it would get them into the business and it would get them started within movie houses and give them the first run at being able to produce and fund movies. But as the dot-coms started crashing out, those unfortunately were the people that threw all their cash into movies and everything else. That's why you see a lot of the independent movie scene got bought up by the larger houses. Now these guys think everything is about collateralization and what am I going to get? And the worst part is they mess with your intellectual property. So, and nobody knows better than Phoenix, as we spoke about it before. The same thing, movies, music, your intellectual property at the end of the day is your
Right.
intellectual property, and everyone is trying to step in to add their 2 cents to it, even more than just taking money off of the back end. They're like, well, you should do this, or you should say this, or my cousin Louis has 27 fingers, but I think he's the perfect cast for the movie, and
That's been my problem before too. I've had people who've come and want to fund something, but with the stipulations that, oh, my daughter's an actress, I gotta put her in, or the deal's off. And it's like, and on the other end, the person who it wants the deal is like, only one producer credit, that's executive producer. Everybody else gets a 10% cap to break up amongst who's liaison in the project, and that's all they're willing to offer. No points from the back end, but the executive person who funds it gets the credit. But then you have people come in with, oh, my cousin is an actor, my daughter's an actor, and they'll kill the whole deal off of just not putting their people in there. And I think with Atlanta, like, I got into it when film became really big here in Atlanta. Hollywood, it was transitioning out from movies being in Hollywood and movies coming here to Atlanta. There was more tax incentives. So I do film business plans as well. So like the tax incentives were terrific for doing your film here in Atlanta. So when I'm doing the business plans, it definitely made people want to, check out coming to Atlanta as far as investing and putting their money here and now making this the Black Hollywood. So many film studios in here now. Big movies like the Avengers series and things like that are being shot over at Pinewood Studios in Atlanta. So it's become major now. But like I said, again, with the collapse, with the COVID, a lot of stuff is kind of went down. COVID really killed not only the filming, but concerts.
Right.
Yep. And now when you're talking the promo, and man, do we feel the buzz of that, like I said, from being on the road, as long as Phoenix has known me to be on the road 15, 17 years, 120 days a year to just pump the brakes. You're at a desk and you can't have more than 5 people around you. So what is it actually you're promoting now? You want to just dancing with your refrigerator door, like, I got this, yeah. So you kind of screwed a little bit, but yeah. And then back a couple years back, we did a sizzle reel. Well, actually, you did all the work. I just did some product placement when we had some DE stuff there. And I tell you, Tom, you got to check out some of the work.
Yes.
I am so looking forward to the end of this. And as we see, it's every day it's getting better and better. There's still a little bit of fear when you go into stores and stuff, right? People, even though New York and New Jersey finished the mask mandate, but you walk in without a mask, you get this.
I treat going to the store like the Hunger Games. It's like you're going in there to get your food.
Yeah.
I'm Katniss everything, and I'm gonna go in and get my food and get out.
Yeah, and if you don't have your mask, it's like Brave running through the store. I will plunder. Just running.
Right.
Some of that. So with regard to Atlanta, now you were saying a lot of incentives. Has that just continued to propel as far as what's happened the last few years, or is that like even before COVID? What's that looking like?
Before COVID, the incentives were fine.
We're doing well in Atlanta.
And with all the political unrest, a lot of incentives went out the door. So much battling with politics and pandemic killed all of that. So so it's back to the regular hustle and bustle and grind.
Hustle and bustle.
That's why I said I would go to New York and talk to Matty and other people up there that I know in film before here, because right now, it's just stuff like that comes to a standstill, and it's crazy how people don't realize how politics play into every aspect of your life. It's down to the get your food being shipped to you, down to the movies you watch on your television screen. Like, everything is contingent upon everybody being okay with certain stuff. And if it's not okay, then there's a problem.
Well, for those people that don't, and I know a little bit about it, but I just describe it. Can you talk about it a little bit about what the politics have been like? What
the politics as far as let's say the governor and the Republican parties and things like that. Being a Black woman and seeing that they try to silence our votes and also try to make decisions about women's rights and things like that. It rubs a lot of actors and actresses wrong. So then
Right.
they protest and say they won't film here in Atlanta until the politics here in Atlanta change. And
Right.
those type of dynamics is what makes it hard for people to move forward. If Hollywood is like, no, and certain actors and actresses are like, no, we're not messing with Atlanta, then that's what it is.
Ah, okay. So it's
Right.
all about bringing some of those people back
Mm-hmm.
to Atlanta and just
Mm-hmm.
getting the politics to the right place.
Right. But as far as an indie art, as far as an indie person like myself, it's about receiving funding. If I get
Right.
funding from someone, I could film and do whatever I want to do. I don't have to go
Right.
through a major platform or Tyler Perry or Pinewood to do what I have to do. I have my own film thing. So I'm gonna do my film through Red Carpet Society Media, and I'm just gonna put my film out through my company.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a much different beast when you don't have politics stepping in the way. Again, and that's for everything, right? How people dealt with the virus. To me, from day one, it doesn't matter your political affiliation, mostly because the virus doesn't care about who you vote for either, right? So there's certain things you just leave to the people, kind of thing. And it's amazing when it comes even to funding and stuff, or where you can film, or what union. I mean, everything. I mean, Phoenix knows.
Right.
Or well, you can't use this union now, and if you're going to do this,
Right.
you have to use this
Right.
union, or you're not going to do it. And some of them carry more clout and more power than you can imagine. So even if somehow you got the permits that you needed to do, if some of the local places don't want to work with you, or makes it a political thing as opposed to artistic thing, hey, guess what? Your
Right.
your roadblock is there. There's
That's
nothing you
it.
can do about it.
Right. That's it.
Yeah.
And
No, it's
SAG would definitely stand strong on their policies. And if a SAG actor says, well, I don't want to do it, but you need that little star power for your film, then that's it. You
Yeah,
want to
no.
get that little star power person. But that's why I say that's why I love horror films, because you don't have to have these big names of names that people know. Horror is better with people you don't know because it makes it more realistic. Horror is cheaper to shoot. You can shoot a good horror with $50,000 to $100,000 and make $1 million off of a horror film like that with 5 people in the cast in one location. So horror is definitely a more ideal thing to do.
Yeah.
Opposed to something that's a bigger production.
Horror's gotten bigger and bigger as far as indie films, hasn't it? From what I've seen, I've had a few friends do some horror films. I was actually in, Matty, you may not know this. I was in a horror film a couple years ago that a local guy, Jake Belinsky, if he's watching, in Indiana, did 3 tears in a blood screen sheet, and I played a doctor, a very small part in a horror film a couple years ago. So if you need me, I don't know how scary I can get. If you need me in one though, Indigo, let me know. Matty, what part would you play in a horror film?
I'm thinking probably a bush or a tree or something would definitely be my strong suite.
Because of your hairdo and your beard, or what? Is that part of it?
I would just say capability wise, it looks like I said, I have a face for radio. So right.
Yeah. Well, I think you're the whole package.
I see Matt as an agent, a rock star.
Matty, so much. Matty, so much. No, I love what you're doing, Indigo. You're doing so. There's a lot of people watching now. They're tuning in. Where can they to support you and what you're doing? Where can they find you? How do they reach you? I want to make sure we put that out there, Indigo.
Okay, well, definitely, I'm the director of African American Women in Cinema, also a nonprofit group for Black women and also Latina and any other ethnic group of women are allowed to join, even men.
Right.
I'm the director of Atlanta chapter. Yeah, Matt's been a part of it. He's been at our festivals. We have festivals going. You could check it at www.aawic.org. And Matthew Knowles, Beyonce's dad, just gave us a nod. I started an educational series in January where I'm teaching the ladies for free how to develop their films from the beginning of developing characters, the plots, all the way to how to pitch them to get funding. So
There you
make
go.
sure they stay posted for that.
That's where you can. Hey, another coincidence, Indigo. You're gonna love this. I met Beyonce's dad at Derby a couple years ago. He was at Kentucky Derby, and I got to meet him. So kind of a cool thing. There it is, aawic.org. That's where you can help.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. The Beyonce's parents were there. They were.
And I need to come to the Kentucky Derby.
I would
need to find a nice outfit ensemble.
Let's do it. I'd love to
show up there.
I would love to help you get there. We'll connect after that. We're there every year. We were there just a little bit over, I guess, a month and a half ago, whatever it was. It didn't happen. Well, it happened, but the media, I always am there as media, there every year for 15 years. But I'd love to get you there next year. So let's definitely talk about that and get you there. But
also,
there it is.
People can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Bandcamp, Spotify, iTunes at Indigo Phoenyx. Is just /Indigo Phoenyx, PHOENYX instead of I. So make sure you check me out there.
I like it now.
Do it now.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now. Tap in, tap.
Go
in
look
right
for
there.
Indigo Phoenyx on
I
social
got new
media.
music coming out, so I'll make sure y'all get into that. And I'm actually working on some new horror films right now. One is called Seven Devils. So yeah, almost.
I like it. What are there 7 devils? Are there 7 devils that show up in this? What happens?
7 demons, yes.
I got this one, huh?
There's a young girl. She was possessed when she was younger. The priest was able to successfully complete an exorcism, but when she becomes older, 7 demons come back to reclaim her. There's a saying that if 1 demon is exorcised, they come back with 7. So that's what I set the tone on. And I like Florence and the Machine, and they had the song called 7 Devils, and I actually wrote that film based off of liking that song.
So if one goes away, 7 come back. I mean, like,
come back, reclaimer. Yeah.
You need all kind of like math for that. How does that? I mean, that must be tough.
Throughout the film, each demon starts resurfacing, so different things happen to her, and you can see the shadowy apparitions of each demon coming back to get her.
Wow, that's wild.
Investors, let me know.
Look up, find Indigo, because she's doing some great work, and again, you love filming in Atlanta, but you're open to filming anywhere.
I'm open to film anywhere.
Come home, baby. Come home.
I'm coming home. I'll be home soon because I have to come shoot some videos there for my music. So I'll be there soon.
All right, good. We'll get our eat on and do some work. And on a non-related thing, I'd like to call out Sean Ryan. Like, I don't appreciate you saying that I need a spray tan. And when I see you, I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Sean's on there. Hello, Mark.
It's a farmer's tan. Leave me alone, man. Damn.
No, look, I need one too. It's
Just
okay.
go get the bronzing lotion, Matty. Just go get the bronzing lotion and rub it on you.
Hey, have you ever done one of those, Matty? Have you done any spray tans ever?
No. I could just imagine, since I have no artistic capabilities, I'd include that as even spraying me with bronzer. That would turn into a nightmare. They'd be like, yo, what up, Agent Orange? I'd be like, oh, shit.
Oh my God. Not Agent Orange.
I went to Honduras a couple of years ago for the whole cigar tour, and I did a little pre-tanning before I got there because I was just so untanned. But I think we all need a little tan.
Well, so, except for the melanated goddess in the middle,
Why do you like to hurt me?
I came with this.
She was ready for us.
Why do you like to hurt me, Phoenix? Why?
Look, I just add a little glow, little.
Unfortunately, I think Sean might be right. I need more than a little glow. And Sean, you are getting me to the nuts when I see you. Oh yeah, you are.
Right.
Funny. So So
Right.
I got it.
So I just want
Okay.
to say this again. Salute Matty. Salute these
Yes,
great cigars I have. You know, I know
great
you can't call
cigars.
the names, you know, but
Which
great
cigars are you
cigars, and
looking?
there's definitely going to be some ash action going later on.
Oh yeah,
Well, she's like,
With
so
some
she's a tobacco
espresso.
girl. She's always been a tobacco
you
girl. But
love
what
the
I wanted,
tobacco. That's what you're looking
Yes.
forward to smoking.
so what I
Yes.
also threw in there too is I threw in, because you have somebody who's in the art, so I had to throw in the Cuba Arte, right? So that
Yes.
I love
and,
those Cuba Artes. Those
and
are
then
so good.
and Phoenix is from Brooklyn, and where the artists who did those water towers are from Brooklyn.
So
So
good.
I'm like, all right, we got to do a little razzle dazzle when we throw it in the bag.
Yeah, little razzle dazzle. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Little
Always
razzle
love-
dazzle.
Man, I
Love.
just Matty gave me so many cigars as a sponsor. I literally just finished with cigars like 2020. I just got rid of the last of those. I think he sponsored me 2014, 15.
Yes.
I
Yep.
had so many cigars, and I'm just now getting rid of that. That lets you know how many cigars I've had. I've given away cigars for all types of nonprofit events.
Amazing.
Thanks to Matty. So thank you so much.
Take care
You
of
know,
who
who
you
comes
love.
to us an event and goes away with a great cigar and some chocolate truffles and a baby bottle of wine.
Oh yeah.
So when I do an event, I do it up nice.
Do you
Yes,
like putting the
Yes.
chocolate with the cigars? You like a little chocolate and cigar side by side, Indigo?
I love it. I love it. And the coffee infused ones were like my favorite.
They're
That's what
so
really
good.
got me addicted, was the coffee infused ones.
They're so good.
Yeah.
I didn't know what
Yes.
everyone would be smoking. I grabbed Sanj so that I could say it earlier, and I did. I grabbed that. But look, I want to tell you what a coincidence this is. So I love pairing my my cigars with the Peerless, and they do these single barrels they name after what that single barrel tastes like. And this one tonight is such a great coincidence, is raspberry mocha. It has notes of raspberry and espresso. Big coincidence.
Oh, that's my favorite. Oh, you have to put me on to that.
We're gonna make sure you get to try some, Indigo. Are you a big whiskey fan too, Indigo? You like whiskey? What do you like to drink?
I can't hear you, kind of breaking up.
What do you like to sit? Do you like whiskey, wine? What do you like to drink?
I love raspberry mocha.
Oh yeah. You like whiskeys?
I love
like
it with a shot of Jack. I do Jack honey. I do.
That's good
I
stuff.
also like rye bourbon is good. I like any dark type of liquor, and coffee is good.
Oh my gosh, I love some coffee and some whiskey, and I love that Matty's pairing some coffee with the tobaccos there. All kinds of great releases coming too. You got Matty, all kinds of great new releases from Drew Estate this year too, right?
Yeah, and there's a bunch of stuff coming out. They'll be, like I said, they'll be talking about certain things that they're releasing. As you saw, even with the tobaccos earlier this year, there was a new size of the tobaccos. Phoenix, where'd you go? So there's new sizes of that, and of course you'll be hearing about other things coming out, especially as we're starting to do the barn smokers and everything else.
Barn smokers are coming back.
Yes, sir.
Connecticut's gonna be the first one of August, right?
Yep, we have Connecticut, we have Kentucky this year, and we have Orlando. So Connecticut's in August, Kentucky's in September, and no, actually, my bad, October, and Orlando is in November.
Awesome stuff. I'm gonna wait. I think Indigo will rejoin us. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I'm watching for her. We're having a great smoke. We're having a great drink. As always, take a moment, like this, share this, retweet this, do the whole thing for us. Matty, are you in New Jersey? Whereabouts are you?
No, I am out in New York, out in Long Island, out in Hamptons.
So you're in the Hamptons tonight. Look at that. Okay, Indigo. I think she is. Let me do this. Let me see if I can. And there she is. She's on the other side now.
I'm back. Yeah, we're about to have a storm here, so the signal is going crazy. Yeah, it's crazy rain. So I'm glad I was able to catch y'all before the storm.
That's all right.
Here in Atlanta.
Indigo, I love getting to Atlanta though.
Atlanta, I don't like.
I love Atlanta. I love the food. I love the. I do a little bit of work sometimes with. I know it's a big brand, but we've gone to the South Beach Wine and Food Festival a number of times with Coca-Cola, doing some Coke and bourbon cocktails. So I've been back there a number of times. And what's it called? I know it used to be called the Prohibition. It's the Reds, the telephone booth bar, the speakeasy bar there with the cigars. Have you been there?
Speakeasy, yes. Yeah, I've been. Speakeasy.
You
That's
enter
big here
through
in Atlanta.
the red telephone booth. It's amazing because they let you smoke, and it's a great place.
Hey, one
Yeah,
of my
they
favorite
open up so
steakhouses.
many cigar bars here in Atlanta. It's crazy. I have one up the block from my house. Like, it's just all over. A lot of smoke shops now, a lot of cigar bars. Let me know when you're in Atlanta again.
I will, because we're not too far from you. I want to come
And
hang
Matt,
with you
you
in
need to
Atlanta.
come to Atlanta. When's the last time you've been to Atlanta, Matt?
I gotta go. We're gonna come. We're gonna go to Bones because I know Bones is still there, right? My steakhouse. That used to be my
Oh,
jam.
I went there one time before. When I tell you the smell of the smoke and the barbecuing, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, Bones is a great. I knew it would still be there. A
You're
great
gonna
old
have a
school
ball.
steakhouse. Yeah, I'm gonna be
You're gonna have
not.
a ball.
Phoenix gonna be like, dude, can you not embarrass me? Stop gnawing on that T-bone. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm getting everything out of here. Nah.
No, I'll never deny you your pleasure. I know what you like. We got to go try some coffee, some bourbon, go to the cigar shop and all that stuff.
Now, with 20 years in Atlanta, what do you like most about what's grown there? I mean, with film, with art, what's your favorite part about what's grown there?
I think everything. Atlanta was kind of behind. It was very slow. I feel like it's elevated. The art scene is up to par. The music, the concerts, the food is elevated. The fashion is elevated. Everything here in Atlanta is very elevated. The living has elevated.
Oh yeah,
So everything across the board is great. And actually, this is like a little New York just without all the crime.
that's right.
Right.
Great
How
hospitality,
come we're
Atlanta.
looking
Great
at me
people.
when we said all the crime? No one's seen me do nothing. All right, ain't seen me
That
do
all the
nothing.
crime.
My lawyer said not to talk about it.
Right. Don't talk about it.
Yeah. Yep. You have
But
your
yeah,
Fifth Avenue.
Atlanta's
Buckhead is
definitely
great.
it's something. It's flourishing right now, and I just saw so much growth, properties, businesses, and with so many people coming here from New York, what else could you expect? And not just New York, people are coming here from so many other places. So it's definitely thriving right now, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
That's amazing. And now, when you do get back on the performance circuit, do you have any shows coming up people can go see? Or is it still in the
Not
works?
just yet. Not just yet. I'm working on that right now. And when I come to New York, I will let everybody know my schedule. When I come to New
Nice,
York, I'm
very
going to be
nice.
doing a promo run for my music. So definitely hitting a lot of radio stations and coming there to shoot some videos. So whoever wants to book me out while I'm there, then I'll let them know the dates. But I'm still skeptical about COVID. I'm a hermit at heart, so I really don't try to come out unless I'm throwing an event. Honestly.
Well,
That's
we're
just
looking forward to seeing your performances, your films. Again, look for Indigo Phoenyx on social media. You can also, you're in Spotify, you're in all the great places, right?
yes.
Where,
Yes.
when you're tuning into tunes, what do you go to Spotify? Where do you go, Indigo?
Well, I have an Apple, so I use my Apple Music,
The Apple
iTunes,
Music,
and Bandcamp. I'm on. Most of my music is on Bandcamp because I like my
Bandcamp as
money.
well.
A lot of people
Great.
like to do that streaming and get paid pennies. Sometimes people will pay me $25 for one of my songs on Bandcamp because you could pay more than what the price is set for. When you set it up on streaming, a lot of that music is free on certain things, and other things like $1 and some change, but you have to generate a large number of streams in order to get paid. So I like Bandcamp because I get instant gratification with my money.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Go to Bandcamp, find her. Also, don't forget to go to check out the African American Women in Cinema on that website, and you can actually donate
Women in
right there to all the great work you're
cinema.
doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's so important to do as well. We want to continue to help out all of the great work that Indigo's doing with the
Yep.
African American
Yep.
women in
And
cinema.
Amazon Prime.
The name of the film on Amazon Prime, again, tell
Thank
us
you
so we
so
can look
much.
it
I
up.
appreciate you. It's called Toxic Behaviors.
toxic behaviors. So
And I
well.
think
Yes,
I think
yes.
something too that we should let everybody know, Phoenix. So people that are out there that are looking for help, maybe with soundtracks or a project that they're looking on, or somebody that understands what it's like putting together movies, you can reach out to Phoenix and she can help you consult so you understand what it takes to go into. Because I can promise you, if you go in
Yes.
cold without the knowledge, without the component levels of what you need to put a successful project, and Phoenix has been doing it as long as I know her. So
Yes.
use your brain, go find her. If you need her to consult for it,
Yes.
she can do it. If you need her for music, she's there. And like I said, I don't throw that around very often to people I trust doing that. I trust her.
Right.
So go out there,
Thank
reach
you.
out to
I
Phoenix.
appreciate you.
Always love.
That's so important
Yeah,
because
and I
anytime,
appreciate your support over the years. Like I said, we've been knowing each other over a decade, and Matt has been a big support to me and African American women in general. He's the founder, Tara Renee,
yes.
and showing up at our festivals and donated.
Well, we want to do all we can to support you anytime. And again,
Yes, and
anytime
thank
we
you
see an independent film,
for having me on here. This is major. Next time I have to come back on again, I'll have my I need to have my bourbon ready.
well,
And I get to be an inspiration. She'll perform, and I get to be like an inspirational dancer shit in the background.
look at those dicks.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know? No,
Hey, he has.
come on. I got the smooth moves.
Matty got those moves. Look at that.
I got the smooth moves.
So Matty, I need to know, what's your favorite bourbon? Like what bourbon do you recommend?
I still don't drink. That's your man for that is Tom. So Tom is a little modest too. So he's the number one. He's the number one bourbon dude when it comes to education and in the U.S. So he's your man for that.
What's the bourbon, Tom? What's the one
All
you
right,
recommend?
Indigo. So many great bourbons, so many great whiskeys. I love. I mean,
I like
there's
it sweet, kind of sweet.
Oh yeah. Well, you mentioned the Jack Daniel's Honey, the Tennessee whiskey. I think that is, for a flavored whiskey, I think it's incredible.
Right.
I always go with, what's in hand at the moment because I could name so many. But I'm loving the single barrel from Peerless right now. I love that one. As another favorite of mine, the Jefferson's Ocean is another favorite. And just, there's so many good bourbons coming out of so many places. I know you're originally from Brooklyn. One of my favorite non-Kentucky bourbons is Kings County from Brooklyn. I love what they're doing.
Okay, that's why I was born, Kings County.
So you'll love that Kings County. Right. So it's and when you're back in Brooklyn, I'll make sure you get a tour there. They have a wonderful experience there at their gatehouses. Don't worry, I'll make sure you get to try some good stuff. Very soon.
Yeah, I'm going back soon, so I would love to check that out. Brooklyn has really elevated. Okay.
Oh, it has.
It's bougie. Some might even call it bougie.
Right.
Now.
But you know what? I've become bougie myself, so I match now. So that's perfect.
see, my joke is. So that's the joke, right? When you were a kid, if you went into Red Hook, you had to make sure nobody stabbed you in the neck with a pencil, right? Now you go into
Red Hook was so rough. Red Hook was rough, and I grew up in Crown Heights and in the projects in Brownsville, East New York. So when I hear about Bed-Stuy and those areas being really bougie and gentrified, I'm like, wow. I used to be scared.
When you're a kid,
you're like, I walked on, I was scared I was going to get robbed.
Yep.
And had been robbed at gunpoint 3 times on those streets. So here, there's a Starbucks on every corner. Wow.
I remember when they were redoing Dumbo and everything else. And like I said, when you're when you're from the city and everything else, you knew everything was going to change. When in the middle of Dumbo, there's now a chocolate shop called Oliver's. I'm like, hey, what now?
Wow. Wait, not a chocolatier.
Yeah. So I was like, what's going on here? And you have emerging barbecue because you and I had spoken about barbecue in New Jersey and New York. So we got New Jersey, we got my boy Joe, but out in Brooklyn now you have hometown barbecue, and this guy is just Billy. That's somebody you should probably go see. We have on the show. Just when I say knocks it out, and from all the years of traveling, it's very hard to say. It's like I had good barbecue in New York and New Jersey, and someone just pats you on the head like that's okay, buddy. Sure. You know,
You know
you're
what
like,
I
you think
miss?
real Italians are Olive Garden.
Knish. I miss Knish, and I miss good bagels and good pizza. I used to go. I went to Brooklyn Tech, and in Brooklyn Tech, I used to see Spike Lee used to be over there all the time, and we went to the same coffee shop, and he'd be in there getting his bagel, and I'm getting my bagel, and I'm just looking like, that's Spike Lee. And he would be there every morning religiously by himself, just getting his coffee and bagels.
So you know what I'm getting at this, Tom? That
Phoenix
and I are going to be having lots of bagels and pizza, and this makes me really happy.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yes.
And don't forget Knish. I've been dying for Knish because
down
here
go to
they
Katz's,
don't know
girl.
what Knish is.
Now we'll go to Katz's in my neighborhood. That place that I told you about. We'll go to the kosher. That's real deal.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I lived down the block from a synagogue for years, and you know, I'm just used to having certain foods. You know, matzo ball soup, and my grandma worked for a Jewish couple, so I will always have that type of influence around as well, as far as food. So, but coming here to Atlanta, you don't get that. So that's the only thing missing here.
I see a food run coming. Yeah.
But you're gonna get your smoky bones when you come.
gonna make it happen. Now, would you all have seen like Brooklyn grow up so much? I mean, you all have watched it. I've watched it a little bit, but not like you all have. What do you all see becoming like the next Brooklyn? Any other places in New York? Any other places in the country that you think will happen to? Any predictions?
Up in the Adirondacks, I know you know a little bit about it because some of the Phoenix, some of the music scene is moving up there. But in the quieter parts of the Adirondacks, they're having a revitalization up there too. Artists are moving up there. Some musicians, I don't know how fast it'll be, but it's become another mecca. So you've seen, you know, artists have migrated throughout Brooklyn. You have some of the top artists all in the Brooklyn area. Like you've seen what happened in Atlanta. Look what happened is in Austin. You know, you've seen in your part of the world or close to your part of the world, Tom, that the music has gravitated out of Memphis into Nashville.
Yes.
So,
it has. And I love Tennessee music. I love Tennessee hip hop. I love the Southern sounds. I like North Carolina. I think North Carolina and the Carolinas would be another place I could see elevating because they have that really good authentic hip hop sound, and I see something happening in the Carolinas.
All right, everybody.
And you know, Miami is Miami, and Florida is Florida, so you can't mess with them.
No, my South Beach will always have their scene because it is
home bag. Definitely not like us.
And we've seen what happened in the art scene in Miami.
Right.
I mean, what happened in Wynwood.
There's nothing like the flavor of New York. Right.
I want to tell everybody we'll be here just a couple more minutes.
Right. Yeah, New York just has a different flavor because we have so many cultures there. So that's all. We are like this. When they say melting pot, New York is that melting pot they speak of because there's so many people have gravitated there, and we've adapted so many cultures just from being surrounded by those people all these decades.
Yep, so, and we all share that art. New York. Well, because we all share the art together, and I think you just nailed probably the most important thing on the head. It's how when you have that melting pot, all the culture is melded together. How do you think, you know, let's go back 30 years. How'd you get the Beastie Boys? Because that culture came out and crossed the board. And that's what I said. Music and art, at the end of the day, is for everybody. So you take pieces, you take what's true to your heart, and you work with it, and you share it, right? And I think that's one of the coolest aspects of music and art to me is the ability to go out there and share it. I don't think anything of that nature should be inclusive. And I think New York proved years and years and years ago, it's for everybody.
It's for everyone.
Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
Thank you, Tom, for having me. Thank you, Matty.
Hey, no, it means a lot to have you. It's so wonderful to see all you're doing. And everybody take just another moment and share this, like this video. It's so important. Retweet it for a chance to win that coffee from our sponsor and our good friends at Janus Coffee Roasters. If you want to try some of the Bourbon Blog coffee that we barrel age with them, that's the link to go to with Chad Bates and the gang. But whoever we pick here in just a moment, is going to get that wonderful bourbon barrel aged from Breckenridge Bourbon and Janice Coffee Roasters and Bourbon Blog Coffee. Retweet.
I heard from the Shad today, Tom.
Shad, Shad. We love what you're doing there.
I heard from the Shadster today, so he was not able to tune in today, but he wanted to say hello to everybody, and like I said, take a look at Shad and Shay and what they're doing over at Janice. And Tom, fill everybody in who doesn't already know about your coffee with Shad and Shay and Janice.
Yeah, we're aging some wonderful coffee, some Peruvian beans in used bourbon barrels, and that's where you can buy that. It's just like waking up in the morning and having bourbon in your coffee without the alcohol. That's where you can get it. It's some of the best stuff in the world. So like this. Oh, it's so good. Like this, share this, retweet it. And Indigo, I want to make sure we just say one more time, African American women in cinema. What do the African American women in cinema do? Just so we know, just to make sure we have that out there.
Educational series, film festivals, and just providing an overall platform to enhance and highlight and align novice film women with women who are veterans in the film industry. So kind of lining them up with people to mentor and help them out, as well as the educational component. And there's always a big annual film festival every year.
I love that. I've been a part of a number of film festivals. It's so important. Best wishes to you and blessings and all you're doing.
Thank you.
Can't wait to. Yeah, absolutely, Indigo. Can't wait to see you in person, meet you, and your music so good. You got to check it out. Indigo Phoenyx. Somebody did ask in the comments, do you feel like sharing anything in real time? Sharing any rhymes with this in real time?
Oh my God, rhymes in real time. Am I allowed to curse?
How long have you known me, girl? Are we allowed to curse? Come on,
you can
now.
Curse? Yes.
Oh my gosh. What rhyme would I share? I guess ascension. Obliterate any that comes before me. Watch all the motherfuckers out there that adore me. All over the place, you can't ignore me. Abhor me and deplore me. I'm an open book, baby. Come and explore me. Kind burner. Mogul mindset in a set like that set. Killed it on my last set with no regret. Preparation time for initiation. Feel it in my soul. Caught to read with no hesitation. Ancestors, I evoke thee. Smite you with the wrath of 1,000 goddesses. Don't you ever provoke me. That's it.
Yes, thank you for that.
That's it. I don't even have a voice right now.
You sound great.
I had to drink 2 cups of tea just to make it on here. Thank you.
I know, tea is so important. Oh, Indigo, you're so talented. Thank you so much for that. And again, check out Indigo Phoenyx, Apple Music, Spotify. Look for her on social media everywhere, and look up this website. Support all they're doing. And Indigo, thank you for this, and everybody who joined midway. This will be.
Thank you, everybody.
Yes, this will be up permanently on the place you're watching. Make sure you like this, subscribe this. It'll be on our podcast channel as well. Indigo, pick out a random number between 1 and 34.
19.
19, and that's where we've assigned a random number to everybody who liked and shared this. That's Sean Ryan. Sean, you get that bag of coffee.
Boo! Fuck Sean. Now you ain't getting shit.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Sean, you get that coffee sent to you from Janice Coffee Roasters. Matty, who's joining us next?
Get something
Is it up in the air? Is it kind of a?
I believe I have to reach out. It could be the curator of the cigar event that I said, Ben Stimson. So hopefully we'll be reaching out to him. I have a couple people in it, so I got to see if Ben is going to be doing it. So he does the big show out in Vegas. So that would be great to get him on the show, and we'd really amp up the cigar side of our show, considering he throws that huge show out in Vegas. So I think it'd be a big deal. So TP,
Excellent.
For anybody who hasn't heard of it, but I'm sure my cigar people have, that would be TPE. So Ben Stimson helps spearhead TPE, so there'll be a lot of cigar talk.
Excellent. Well, same channel, same place, same time.
Let's get a cigar show in Atlanta, Matty.
I think I told you I'm getting ready for Around the Block with Matty Rock when he goes on the road. So we'll be doing stuff on the road real soon.
We'll look for it, Matty. Thank you so much. Much love to everyone. Indigo, such a great pleasure to meet you virtually, and we'll see you very soon in Atlanta or someplace.
Thank you, Tom.
Much love, Boo. Good to see you.
Cheers,
Thank
everybody.
you, Tom.
Thanks so much, everybody. Thanks, Indigo.